Want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure.
Gervonta Tank Davis recently disclosed who his next opponent would be. Surprisingly, Davis has decided not to fight Lamont Roach despite the fact that the WBA lightweight champion has stated that he will be quite busy in 2025. He recently stated that he would not take on Roach. Next, he mentioned the same opponent we heard him discuss after the battle, the one that came to his locker room.
Well, what is?
You might say it in a minute. Definitely might say it in a minute.
Many people are unaware of Gervonta Davis's next opponent, but he has promised fans that he will not fight Lamont Roach. This has caused fans to lose faith in Davis and see him for the shady person he truly is. He clearly sees Lamont Roach as a huge threat and does not believe he can beat the fighter, which is why he was attempting to distance himself from him. If a fight is called a draw by mistake, it means that Lamont Roach will win a fair fight.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
Well, what is?
Gervonta did not knock out Lamont Roach in his most recent fight at the Barclays Center, as many expected. Rather, the World Boxing Association Lightweight Championship bout ended in controversy. The bout between association lightweight champions ended in controversy. Davis appeared to get hit on the knee by Zay in round 9 and rushed to his corner to wipe his eyes. But the referee did not declare it a knockdown or disqualification for Davis. The fight with Roach continued, and the final result was a draw, which surprised many people. Davis has not joined Matchroom Boxing or Top Rank, both of which are managed by Turki Alalshik.
You said that you have your opponents mapped out. So who are the opponents for the final stages of your career?
Not to cut you out.
Davis claims he has only fought twice since being anointed the face of boxing. His first bout was against Ryan Garcia in 2023, where he defeated Frank Martin. And before his fight with Roach, he was placed under house arrest. He was later arrested after pleading guilty to driving charges stemming from a hit-and-run accident. Davis stated, "My goal is to be active in 2025. I want to stay in the ring more this year. Hopefully, with 3 fights, Roach comes first, and then we'll figure it out from there."
Just like,
Anyone in mind that you're thinking about after Roach?
Nah, not yet. I'm just trying to focus on him right now. And then once we get him out the way, then we can,
If Davis wants to fight again this year, who would it be? If Davis wants to fight again, it's unlikely that he'll go up against the real contenders and belt holders in his weight class. Instead, it's more likely that he'll try to pull off the same trick he did with Lamont Roach and set up a fight with an unknown Boer opponent. But who knows, for some reason, Gervonta Davis chose to unify this time. After learning the hard way that it's better to lose to a champion than to Keyshawn Davis, Vasyl Lomachenko, and others would expect him to fight with them.
If you won this and that's your last fight, or still some more heads you gotta put on the wall.
Yeah, it's definitely some more here.
A battle between Davis and undisputed super bantamweight champion Naoya Inoue is the most appealing choice for spectators and the media. It is to dynamic fighters who have dominated their opponents. However, the fight appears unlikely due to several factors. Naoya Inoue, a 4-weight world champion, is coming off a January fight against Kimin. There have been reports that he could face bantamweight champion Junto Nakatani, top contender Marajan Akhmadaliyev, or others in his division. To fight Davis, Inoue would need to move several weight classes.
Sure. But that's definitely in the back of my mind always. Like, just me training, I'd be like...
Alalshik has expressed interest in such duel. Davis said he wouldn't face him in a 2023 post. Citing the weight difference, he also recently posted and deleted on social media via seconds out, "I'm the only fighter you all want to see in the ring with everybody. It doesn't matter the weight as of now, it appears to be a fantasy." It wasn't long ago when Davis said he would fight Vasyl Lomachenko, the former lightweight king and reigning IBF champion. It brings two networks together and it is a matchup that makes the most sense.
Or they asked for me to fight or something like Lomachenko and he was like, he retired type of vibe. I don't know why I keep saying.
Boxing fans were close to seeing this fight in 2024 until talks broke off as ESPN reported that Lomachenko wanted to take off the rest of the year. LMA he not in the mood right now. He doesn't have the motivation at the moment. Lomachenko's manager Aegis Climo said to Stephen by ESPN that he's taking off. He wants to spend more time with the family. With LMA, just money is not what motivates him. The 37-year-old Ukrainian beat George Kambosos Jr. last May to win the IBF title.
And he was saying that I felt as though like he didn't really like. They were saying that he was scared of anything.
The IBF recently gave Lomachenko an ultimatum that he would have to face the winner of a planned interim fight between Raymond Muratalla and Zoran Abdulov. Lomachenko does compete and faces the winner of the Muratalla versus Abdulov Davis fight in 2025. Fields is a long shot. Davis fought Roach to a majority decision verdict in a fight that had a lot of controversy due to Davis voluntarily taking a knee in the 9th round, but no count was given if a 108 round had been I
don't think that's the case. I feel as though like he reached that point where as though it's hard for him to get up for a fight. You know, I feel as though like
Mr. Davis's actions turning away from the action, running to his corner, and partially exiting the ring were a clear indication that he had retired or quit the match. Mr. Roach is confident that the commission will agree with the millions who have seen the fight and determine that Mr. Roach is the true winner of the bout, either via technical knockout due to Davis's removal from the debut or being disqualified for carrying an illegal item into the
more so like he's older now. He got kids too. It's more so about the kids now. I feel like, you know,
While the decision has not been reversed, a rematch is still possible after Davis stated that he is willing to face Roach again in a lightweight division crowded with famous names and fresh talent. Davis now possesses a championship that others will be motivated to challenge. That is status Davis claimed to be willing to accept, claiming he was willing to confront anyone who had the courage to walk into the ring and fight me. Davis is now the second member of the 2020 and 2021 U.S. Olympic boxing teams to earn a world title, following Oshie Jones' IBF junior middleweight title win in November. Keyshawn Davis had a Valentine's Day to remember when he knocked out Kayani Baroni in round 4 to win the WBA lightweight title in front of a sellout crowd at Madison Square Garden on Friday night in New York, despite a heated fight week in which Davis claimed Baroni's team sent a racist package to his hotel room. Davis, 25, had an easy night in the end. Baroni was never really in the fight, either owing to Davis' physical advantage or an insurmountable talent gap.
Tank Davis, the top guy. I would go for the top guy. If I could choose, I would choose Tank Davis. I would knock Tank short out. Tank is a great fighter. Hats off to Tank. I'm not even about to just do.
Once the businessman cemented his place as mandatory for World Boxing Organization champion Baron Chitkin his last outing with a statement-making second-round knockout over Gustavo Daniel Lemos. He also called out Gervonta Davis when he took to the mic post-fight. Darren Chick was naturally the first name on his lips, but he wasn't the only one. Hey Gervonta, knock knock. He shouted it as a fight that has been simmering for some time. The lightweight titans have continued.
Great fighter, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows that you got the power, you got the skill and ability, he's patient, you know what I'm saying? But I know who I am. That little short can't touch me.
Keyshawn Davis explains why he will never fight Shocker Stevenson. Keyshawn's trainer, Brian Bomack McIntyre, has done an excellent job of selling the fight and is incredibly confident that his client is the man to finally topple the WBA lightweight king. Bomack thinks stand is a match made in heaven for Keyshawn and anticipates that the 25-year-old puncher will inflict the same beating on Tank that his star pupil, Terrence Crawford, did on Errol Spence in July. I feel like his style is great for my style. I'm young. I don't think it will go the full 12, but I can fight 12 rounds if it comes down to it.
But that same shit he coming with, and he know that his coach Kenny, you know, got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? So go fight from Cuba. You know,
I'm smarter than him, both inside and outside of the fight. I'm just smarter than him. Period. The only thing we'll remember is that one punch. I have power and I've knocked fighters out with one punch, but he's done it 3 times in a row. We know he has that one punch, but we don't know what I truly have because I've only had 12 fights and I've only been fighting at a truly top level for 3 fights. This will be my 4th fight against Baroni, so there are a lot of unknowns. I'm better than what I'm now showing you. Keyshawn sparred Gervonta twice as an amateur, which only increased his confidence.
Tank, stop mentioning other people when I mention your fight. What are you talking about, boy? Like, don't play with me, bro. Y'all know how I'm coming. Tank, if you wanna fight, send me a contract, bro. Tank, you know.
I wasn't thinking about battling him while I was training him. Keyshawn noted that the first time I sparred him, I was 16, and the second time, I was 21 and preparing to go to the Olympics. I just thought, okay, I just competed with one of the best pros, and I had the ability to go pro and be dominant. They were fierce bars. I've always been good, even as an amateur, and people have always said, damn, you've got to fight Keyshawn. I didn't just turn pro and everyone knew me. I was like that before I made the Olympics. I've always had the ability to fight.
Light Skin posted those messages about me sparring. I'm really looking at it like, okay, so what? That I DM'd you.
Gervonta Tank Davis appeared to be pretty certain about sending a contract to Shocker Stevenson, as he called him out for avoiding the fight against one of the faces of boxing. However, it appears that Tank may have been lying about the contract because Stevenson's team has responded in the negative. The World Boxing Council lightweight champion, who defends his title this weekend in Saudi Arabia, has never received any kind of offer from Davis's team
or Matchroom. Gervonta said, quote, Ninja sent him a contract. He went elsewhere. End of the quote. Now, one of the PBC
Shocker Stevenson had already revealed a couple of months ago that the whole contract then is a fake story while calling Tank a liar. However, both he and Gervonta Davis had mentioned having a verbal agreement surrounding a possible fight. Meanwhile, Stevenson's co-manager, James Prince, recently revealed that as far as he's concerned, Davis's claims are far from the truth because there's nothing to prove that, while suggesting Gervonta Davis check his source. Stevenson's co-manager,
that Espinoza is lying. And recently, like yesterday on Cigar Talk, Shakur came out reacting to the news that Gervonta.
The fact here is, you know everything. Shocker says he's telling the truth about it. He's going to embrace chance when it presents itself, and as far as anything offered to us in Tank may be misled, he doubled down on his stance about Tank sending a contract, adding that it never happened. Well, it's not like Gervonta Davis to lie, so we'll have to wait for further news on that front. Meanwhile, James Price did give a positive note about having discussions for a possible clash between Davis and Stevenson. Here's what he had to say. Shocker Stevenson has really raised his prices after the fight against Artem Heron back last year, which was on live television and not on TPV. The average audience for that fight peaked at 1.2 million people, which makes it all the sense for Gervonta Davis to fight the 27-year-old, as it's a lucrative fight. So yes, both sides want to get this done, but the final word on this potential clash is yet to be decided, and that's been the only thing that has delayed the Davis versus Stevenson fight. There are always discussions. I mean, everybody talked about it, but nothing concrete. James Prince added nothing to the extent that paperwork has been given or offers have been made. It just never happened. But amidst this whole contract offer controversy, Shocker Stevenson recently laid bare his thoughts about Tank while claiming that he knows this potential clash could be a big-time showdown of the ages.
I'm a real person. Like, I'm not going to go up there and act like Tank is not a good fighter. I think Tank is a hell of a fighter. I think he's special. What he does with his talents is amazing to see. I love the way he boxes. But truthfully, same way he acts, oh, what have I...
Clearly, the boxing world thrives on rivalries, and few matchups have created as much buzz as the one between Shocker Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis. These two have been circling each other for years, exchanging jabs on social media, but never actually going into the ring together. Tension keeps building, yet somehow their fight stays just out of reach. Stevenson, to World Boxing Council lightweight champion, recently reignited the discussion. I'm dismissing Davis's rumor about what he claimed truthfully. I don't really care about this stuff. His words in a recent interview tell a different story. His resume, I don't respect it just because of all the terms that he put in. I get it, though. I understand it. It's just because he's smaller than certain guys, so he has to do these things to benefit. As far as fighting me, I think he and I could have the biggest fight in the world, so I think it has to happen, but it's all up to him. Stevenson told The Stomping Ground this isn't the first time the 27-year-old has taken a shot at resume. He once also said you're taking the less skilled fighters and putting them in the ring with yourself and making them look as though they are on this level, but they're not. These to have been swapping insults for a while. Only last year Davis called Stevenson an easy fight, while Stevenson warned that Tank was in for a rude awakening. That exchange was nothing new, but it set the stage for what was meant to be their long-awaited clash.
Roach, but do you feel like you guys could fight 2025 or 2026?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't into chasing people around. I mean, if he's willing to fight, I'm ready.
However, the fight never happened. Negotiations failed and tanked. Davis was quick to put the blame on Stevenson. He claims Stevenson ducked him, going as far as to post on X, "I sent him a contract, but he went elsewhere. Get off my chest, UBB meter shogger." Stevenson, however, wasn't having it. In an interview on Cigar Talks, he fired back on my life. Tank a liar. If he sent me a contract, tell him to post the contract he sent me. That's what I want to see. Davis's recent admittance that he plans to retire from boxing this year limits the likelihood of fans getting both of those fights before his career is said and done. However, during a recent podcast with rapper Lil Yachty, Davis admitted he is more likely to take a break from fighting than hang up his gloves for good. "Yeah, I've been having those thoughts on changing my mind," he told a Safe Play show of his reservations about retirement. "I want to get myself together. I really want to get myself together. Not quit but take a break. I'm not going to lie. I already made a promise to all he knows. We're out of it. There's stuff I need to work on, like being there for my kids, going to school and building myself up as a person, as a great human being." His most recent comments come after he left boxing fans with their heads in their hands at the launch press conference for his upcoming fight with Roach. Davis mumble after next year, "I'm out of it, out of the sport. I can tell you my fights are over after this year. This is trash, garbage. I'm out. I'm fed up with it. Furthermore, I don't care about BS. Furthermore, I don't care about any of that." Yes.
I had already made a promise. I had already made a promise to Al, like, we out of it type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I can stick around and just, I will help people. And
I am scared about getting my money and getting out of there. I'm simply fed up. It's not even fighting. It's everything. And I also have children. I just had a bull, and I don't want to keep fighting and getting hit, so I'll probably be building my real estate business, just trying to get away from the limelight. I just want to be able to make money and stay out of the way. That's all.
as far as like me competing, I don't really want to do it. It's like other stuff I need to work on, you know, like being more there for my kids, going to school, you know.
Davis, as good as he is, has been regularly criticized by members of the boxing fraternity for having a thin record. His best win on paper came against Ryan Garcia. However, the 10 rehydration clauses poked into King's contract have left an asterisk next to the win for many fans. Davis has never unified his belts with an active world winner. Tank has scooped world honors in different weight classes, super featherweight and lightweight, but he will have to challenge